And I was talking about this to the boys and the girls that were at the signing. They were freaking out. They were really looking at me. Wow, I never heard of that.
Mm.
40 wrestlers, girl, and then the next week there's 36. The next week because there's always 8 contestants on every show. One singles match girls, one singles match guy, and one tag team. So there's 8 contestants, and there's always 4 that are going to leave every week. And they were freaking out. And I said, we're going all the way to the end. And then we're going to the Nightmare Factory with the 4 winners. They were freaking out. They said, we never heard of something like that, an academy like that of wrestling. So the States are freaking out. I have a guy from Europe that wants to come in. I got some, you wouldn't believe, Jeremy, I had to put a stop to this. I got about at least 4 in the last 2 weeks. From the States. Hey, Mr. Rougeau, I want to join from Carolina, from Texas.
They recognize the opportunity.
I'm saying I can't. Yeah. I'm doing it in Canada. This is a Canadian thing, so, but just to see that everybody has confidence in what I'm putting together around the world. So let's get together in Quebec and do something amazing. There'll be some special judges, 40%, just to put the input, because I'm sure the guys that are going on this tournament, they're going to like to be sitting in front of some wrestlers. I have a bunch of wrestlers in the States that are going to be coming. And I'm sure that you guys, no matter how good you think you are, you could still learn. And those guys, us old guys, we may not teach you how to do a 780 or a 450 off the top rope, but we could tell you how to get there, though, by going up and climbing up the top without going too fast and without acknowledging the people while you're doing it and keeping so you have some lessons to learn out of all this. So let's all work together. Let's work together and let Wrestling Academy 2022 create 4 major stars. I look at all the talent. Because it's going to be judged on many things. It's going to be judged on not only the wrestling, but the interviews, the appearance, the charisma, the athletic side, the whole package. And what's going to be really great about this Wrestling Academy for all the talent in Quebec, there's going to be no Rougeaus in this deal. My 3 sons quit 3 years ago, so there's going to be, like I said, no favoritism. It's going to be the best that's going to come out. And there's going to be judges, like on LUTTE ACADEMIE with the singers in French there, that they did that. That's what I'm reproducing, but with wrestling. And there's going to be like 40% of the people, 40% of the votes will be done by judges. But which will have, by the way, QT Marshall, and we'll have Devin Hannibal, and we'll have a couple of guests that are going to come in. We're going to switch the judges weekly from weekly. But the good thing about all this is 60% of the votes will be coming in by you guys out there, either by phone or by text or this, and you'll see how it's all going to be working out. So it's really going to be a fair contest. So, and what I want to bring to you guys, some guys come up to me and they say a lot of times, well, Jacques, I don't think I have exactly as much as he does. And I say, hey, hold on a second. Here's what's important. If people vote for you and you got a good fan club and you got a good followers, a lot of followers, then you have a chance, because the followers, 60% are going to decide who keeps going and who doesn't. And so everybody has a chance in here, and you have 8 months to build your fan club. If you haven't had one yet, or you're missing some, or you want to elaborate or get big, then do it, because it's the fans, really. So be kind to your fans, and be kind to the people who write you and talk to you and congratulate you in the ring, because those are the people who are going to make you possibly a $5,000 winner and get the tryout at the Nightmare Factory in the States, which is now the school for one of the biggest leagues. I don't know how big it is. I think it's as big as WWF was.
It's definitely as big as WWE.
So I know one thing. When I was young, there was 3 things that I wanted to do. I'll try to remember them now. I wanted to be famous. I wanted to make money, and I wanted to be a champion. And you could get all 3 of those things with me. You're going to get exposure. You're going to get a chance to go in a big league. And, I say that a lot of times to the guys too. Don't miss your chance, boys, because forget Jacques Rougeau. Forget your personal things that you have for me or against me. It's not an issue now. The issue is wrestling, which in my career, I've spent 10 years in WWF. It wasn't always what I could do, or it was always timing. being at the right place at the right time. And if you guys just imagine this for 2 seconds, if QT Marshall is going to be one of the judges and he's half owner of the Nightmare Factory and he looks at you and he finds a liking in you, you have no idea what break you may get. You may end up in the territory for AEW. You end up wherever you end up. You're talking about the cream of the crop now, the biggest leagues in America and in the world. So please don't underestimate yourself. Don't think you don't have a chance. Everybody has a chance, but don't miss the opportunity because it comes maybe once in a lifetime. And so many times in life, I got to a Y like this, you know, the letter Y there, and I took the wrong turn. And so many times I took the right turn. So it's just all timing, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an entire business of timing. And like you say, the important part is that connection with the people. Absolutely. With the fan base. And that's what wrestling has always been about. You have to make the people believe in what you're doing, win over their support, and also the talent that goes along with it. It's lessons that I learned from you from way back when I started. And, you know, you give me the great compliment of being a total package. I'm one of the people, and I feel I'm one of the few that prides myself on working on every aspect of what I do in wrestling. I work as much on my in-ring performance as my promos, my body, all of those things, because quite frankly, I want to make it to the big leagues. And you
will, Jeremy, eventually. I think you will. No matter if you win this one or you don't win this one, there's going to be 6-7 years of this Wrestling Academy going on. And what I want to tell also is the wrestlers that do subscribe. There's only going to be 4 winners. There's going to be 1 woman champion. There's going to be a tag team champion, and there's going to be a solo champion. But that doesn't mean that all the 40 people that have subscribed can't do it the year after. And during that year, they're going to learn in this event here. They're going to learn a lot, the different things, because I can't tell you what you're going to learn, but I'm going to learn. So we're all going to learn out of this Wrestling Academy, but you're going to be smarter for the second time around. And you must understand another thing too, as far as exposure. It's so important because as of now, we got about 20 subscribed out of 40 that we need. And it's not funny. I got about 10-15 of them, 10-12 that come from Halifax, Vancouver, Lethbridge, Calgary, Ontario, Moncton. I got them coming from all over the place. And what great visibility for, let's say you're an independent wrestler, you work in an independent federation, and you meet this guy who works in an independent federation in Vancouver, which is real good, but he likes you. So then you're making contacts. Then you could start traveling after that.
Definitely. Like I said, it's the biggest opportunity we've had, maybe ever. It's an equal playing field for everybody.
I've never seen any federations pulled together from Halifax to Moncton to Vancouver to Calgary, and everybody come together and just work together and have a good time and get the exposure. And yes, it's a first. And it's going to happen for the next 6-7 years, hopefully, as long as I'm alive anyway. And so I want to wish good luck to all the people who want to subscribe. Just remember, it's JACQUESROUGEAU.ca. And then you'll find the Wrestling Academy. You'll see it when you get on my website. I don't know if you could get a screenshot of my JACQUESROUGEAU.ca.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a chance, you could put that up.
Yep.
And you'll see it's a really great website. I got all my podcasts in there. I'm opening up a boutique, by the way, you know, like a souvenir boutique. So if anybody wants to get his man, like the Mountie, you'll be able to get a shirt and stuff like that. That I'm really looking forward to. So anyway,